All right. So this morning, I have a question for you. Do you know what I have here? A ball. It does look like a ball. You're right. What color is it? Blue, dark blue and light blue? Yeah, you're right. So today, this is actually a really special toy called a Bakugan. And there's a lot of kids that really like these toys. And I actually like playing with them too. And I'll show you why I like playing with them too. Because if you roll this really hard against something pretty cool happens. Or if you have a special magnetic platform like this one, and you drop it on there or set it on there, something pretty cool happens. It's going to stick there, think? Look at that. Is it a ball anymore? No. Did it transform? Did it change shapes? Is it also the same parts that made the ball? It is. Yeah, when you close it, it does turn into a ball again. You're right. So this ball just transformed into a pretty neat little toy, didn't it? And so I want you to it does have a tail. You're right. So I want you to keep in mind that how this toy changed from a ball into this little robot toy thing. It's called a Bakugan. But it has the same parts, but it now looks completely different, doesn't it? And I want you to keep that in mind as we talk about what happens in our gospel story today. Because something similar happens. So in our story today, several of the disciples are walking with Jesus up a really high mountain. And then all of a sudden, they see Jesus in a new and different way. Jesus' clothes start to shine really brightly. They become dazzling white. And then they hear a voice, the voice of God, explaining to them that Jesus is God's son. And so there's a special name for this moment that we find in the Bible. And I'm going to ask you to say it with me because it's a really big word. It's called transfiguration. All right. Whoa, that was good. That was good. Are you ready to say it with me? Here we go. Transfiguration. All right. So when something is transfigured, it changes the way that it looks or is transformed. Like in our real world, we could say that there are other examples. Caterpillars. Caterpillars go through a transfiguration when they become a chrysalis and then turn into a butterfly. Right. And then you also say like their whole appearance changes and they become something new. Now, Jesus didn't change his shape in our story today. Kind of like our Bakugan, like with our Bakugan, our disciples saw Jesus in a whole new way. Kind of like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, we see it in a whole new way. Jesus is now seen in a whole new way in our story today. So the disciples see Jesus now as the Son of God, and not just a cool teacher that they're following around that could heal people. It's a very exciting moment and changes everything for the disciples. So not only does Jesus change in our story today, so do the disciples. So our good news today is that, just like the disciples, we can change too. Because of Jesus, we can be transfigured or transformed or changed by the love of God. If we allow it, our lives will begin to look differently than they normally do because of God's transforming love. And when we can accept God's love into our lives every single moment of every single day, then we can share that love with other people too and transform or transfigure the life of other people as well. That's our good news today. So with that, I'd love for you to repeat after me in prayer and invite the congregation to join as well. Dear God, thank you for Jesus. Help us to see everyday things in a different way. Just like the disciples saw Jesus in a different way today. We love you. Amen. All right. Thanks for coming up, everybody.